Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Tuesday, June 6th. We've got a full slate today, got 15 games on today's slate. We have a ton of options, a ton of ways that you can attack this slate. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so looking at pitcher today, I think I'm going to be paying up for both of my pitchers today. Starting off, I absolutely love Chris Archer today. 10,600 getting a matchup against the White Sox. This is such a good spot for Archer. He's going to be pitching at home in Tropicana Field. Tropicana Field, the Tampa Bay Rays ballpark, is one of the most pitcher-friendly parks. And Archer does pitch a lot better at home than he does on the road. If you look at his splits this year, he's pitched 6 games at home this year and 6 on the road. And in those 6 home games, he's averaged 25 DraftKings points. And on the road, he has only averaged 17. So Archer does pitch a lot better at home. And if you look in his matchup against the White Sox definitely strike out a lot versus right-handed pitchers. They're striking out 23.2% of the time versus righties, and they don't hit righties that well either. Only hitting a 238 average, and a 294 WOBA, which is pretty bad. Ranks towards the bottom of the league. Archer is definitely my favorite pitcher on this slate. I think he could be the highest scoring pitcher on the slate. He has so much upside here. We know Archer has good strikeout stuff. He could definitely get double-digit Ks here. So I absolutely love Chris Archer as my SP1 today, especially just 10,600. I actually think he is way underpriced. I figured he would be up towards the top, one of the most expensive pitchers on the slate. But he's actually the 4th most expensive, which is very surprising. So I really like Chris Archer today as my SP1, just 10,600. And then for my SP2, I'm going to be looking towards the mid-range, towards the mid-tier. And I love James Paxton today, 8,800, pitching at home against the Twins. The last time Paxton pitched, I did mention him. I put him in my 5 plays, and he did pitch very well. It was his first game off of the DL. He pitched against the Rockies. He was actually on an 80 to 85 pitch count limit. He only pitched 74 pitches, only pitched 5 1/3 innings against the Rockies, and still put up 26 DraftKings points. In those 5 1/3 innings that he's pitched against them, he had 6 strikeouts. Had 6 strikeouts, got the win. Only allowed 3 hits. Pitched a shutout in those 5 innings. So Paxton has just been so dominant this year. In his first game off the DL, he looked very solid. And before he went on the DL, he was just absolutely killing it. Getting in the 20s, the 30s, having great strikeout games. We know Paxton has great strikeout stuff. But if you look at the matchup, the Twins actually don't really strike out that much versus lefties. They're only striking out 19.8% of the time versus lefties, which ranks 21st. But they're offensively, they're terrible against lefties. Only hitting a 228 average and a 228 average and a 298 WOBA. So this is a great matchup for Paxton. Even though Minnesota doesn't really strike out a lot, they don't hit lefties well at all. So I absolutely love Paxton today. He's pitching at home in Seattle in Safeco, and that's a great pitcher-friendly park. So James Paxton is going to be my SP2 today. Just 8,800. When you plug Archer and Paxton in as your 2 pitchers, that leaves you an average of over 3,800 remaining per player, which you can definitely work around, find some value plays that you like. My 3 hitters are all going to be under 4K, so I'm going to give you guys plenty of value, so you can use my 5 plays and build a lineup out of that. So starting off, my first value play at first base, I'm going to be looking Danny Valencia today at just 3,700, getting a matchup against Hector Santiago. I absolutely love this spot for Valencia. He's going to be getting the platoon advantage against the lefty. Danny Valencia does hit lefties very well. One thing that Santiago does struggle with is home runs, and we know Valencia has great power. He's already had 5 home runs this year. And if you look at his DraftKings game log, he's been absolutely killing it as of late. In his last 3 games, he's put up 36, 20, and 8 DraftKings points. So I expect Danny Valencia to keep this hot streak going. And if you look at his BVP as well, he has hit Santiago pretty well in his career. It's not that big of a sample size, only 19 at-bats. But in 19 at-bats, he has had 7 hits against Santiago, and those 7 hits have resulted in a 368 average. So Valencia has seen Santiago well in the minimal amount of time that he has seen him. So I absolutely love this spot for Danny Valencia, and I love the price tag as well at just 3,700. It seems like a pretty good value play at first base if you're looking to pay down at first base. I really like Danny Valencia today. At third base, there's a value play that I like here under 4K, and that's Nick Castellanos, just 3,600, getting a matchup against Jesse Chavez. I also really like this spot for Castellanos. He has been really hot as of late. If you look in his DraftKings game log, he's been killing it, been very consistent. In his last 4 games, he's put up 10, 17, 18, and 10 DraftKings points. So Castellanos has really been starting to heat up. I love this spot for him against Jesse Chavez. Chavez is definitely a pitcher that we can pick on. So I'm going to be looking to do that today with Castellanos at just 3,600. He has also been moved up into the batting order, which is great. He is batting second now, and that's where he's projected to bat. So I love Castellanos today, especially if he's batting second, which he is projected to. I expect him to have another solid game here today. I think he can keep this streak going of getting double digits. I expect him to get double digits today. Might even hit a home run. Castellanos does have pretty good power. So I like Nick Castellanos today. Third base for value at just 3,600. And then for outfield, there's a value play that I really like here. I think probably one of my favorite value plays, a guy that's just way too underpriced. That's Carlos Gonzalez at just 3,800, playing at home today in Coors Field against Mike Clevenger. I love this spot for Cargo. He's going to be getting the platoon advantage against Clevenger, and we know Cargo does hit righties very well. And anytime you get Cargo for this cheap playing at home, I'm going to be attacking the spot. So I love Carlos Gonzalez today at just 3,800. If you look at his last four games, he has been pretty cold as of late. He hasn't really been producing. In his last four games, he's only put up 0, 18, 3, and 6 DraftKings points. So maybe that's the reason Cargo is so cheap. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this cheap price tag. I was expecting Cargo to be near 5K, so at just 3,800, I absolutely love this for value. Anytime you get a guy this cheap playing in Coors Field, especially a guy with so much talent as Carlos Gonzalez, you got to take advantage of it. So I absolutely love Carlos Gonzalez today as a value play that you can target at outfield for just 3,800. And now I'm going to give you guys some other players that you can roster at each position. So get out a pen and a paper, write some of these names down, or try and remember them. So other pitchers that I like today, besides the guys that I gave, if you're going to pay up and you don't want to take Archer today, I think Max Scherzer and Robbie Ray are definitely in play. But if I look to pay up at pitcher, it's definitely going to be Archer today. I think he's the guy that you want to pay up for. For mid-range pitchers, besides James Paxton at the mid-range, I like Marco Estrada and I like Jake Arrieta. And if you need a value pitcher, this David Paulino guy for the Astros, he is like 6,600, I think, which is pretty good value. He is a relief pitcher. He did make his first start about a week ago against the Twins. He only pitched 4 innings, but he did have 8 strikeouts in those 4 innings, finished with 17 DraftKings points. So if you want to get some really cheap value pitcher, I think that Paulino guy is definitely in play. He does have good K upside. He won't pitch very deep, though. He probably only pitch 4 or 5 innings, but at just 6,600, and with the strikeout upside that he has, I definitely think he is in play if you're looking for a value pitcher. Some catchers that I like today, if you want to pay up, I like Alex Avila. If you're looking for the mid-range, I like Tony Walters. And if you need a value catcher, I like Salvador Perez. At first base, if you're looking to pay up, I like Joey Votto. At the mid-range at first base, I like Josh Bell. And if you need a value first baseman, I like Matt Carpenter. And I also like Danny Valencia as well for first base value. And second base, if you're looking to pay up, I like Jason Kipnis. If you need a mid-range second baseman, I like Cesar Hernandez. And then if you need a value second baseman, I like Eric Sogard. Sogard has been leading off for the Brewers, and if he does lead off today against Matt Cain, I absolutely love that for value. So definitely keep Eric Sogard in mind if he is leading off. At third base, if you're looking to pay up, I think Chris Bryant and Manny Machado are definitely 2 guys that you can pay up for today. But like I said, if Nick Castellanos is batting second, I absolutely love that for third base value. So Castellanos is going to be the guy that I'm looking at third base, especially if he's batting up in the top of the order. At shortstop, if you're looking to pay up, I like Zach Cozart. If you're looking for a mid-range shortstop, I like Brandon Crawford. And then a value shortstop that I like that people might not be on today is Corey Seager. I know Corey Seager's getting a terrible matchup against Max Scherzer, but Seager is very cheap at just 3,400. That's the cheapest I've ever seen Corey Seager. Corey Seager's a near 5K guy, so anytime you get a price tag that cheap, I think you can take advantage of that. Even though it's Max Scherzer, Corey Seager is still a very good hitter, and for 3,400, I definitely like that for value at shortstop. Outfield, some guys that I like at all price ranges. Up top, I love Nelly Cruz today against a bad lefty. Hector Santiago is a pretty bad lefty. He gives up home runs, and we know Nelly Cruz crushes lefties. So I like Cruz if you're paying up. Also really like Mookie Betts today. Mookie Betts is just 4,600, which I think is way too cheap. So I like Mookie Betts if you want to pay up. And if you need some mid-range or value plays at outfield, I like Andrew Benintendi, and I like Aaron Altair, and then I also like Carlos Gonzalez as well for value at outfield. But yeah, those are pretty much some other picks that I like at each position. You guys can use my top 5 plays. Use some of those picks I gave. You guys can build a lineup out of that. Or if you want to get my lineups, then be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So be sure to message me on Twitter if you are interested in that. And if you want to see my lineup results, they are all posted on Twitter. I do post my lineups every day, even if I win or lose. I show you guys the full lineups that I gave out. So follow me on Twitter as well if you want to see that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I do upload these videos pretty much every day, so it would mean a lot if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any videos, you can click the bell icon next to my YouTube name. If you scroll down a little bit where the subscribe button is, there is a bell icon. You can click that, and that'll turn on notifications, so that'll notify you every time I upload. So if you never want to miss out on any videos, you can do that as well. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Sniff and blow, that's her antidote. I can't believe you don't smoke anymore. My crew was chillin', but I'm over there getting raw. A lot of women, but I'm still fucking different hoes. My sidekick, we broke up, turned into foes. The summer just passed, but damn, you fucking cold.